Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the digital life of Michael Lorenz.
Sounds interesting.
You guys sent us his public profiles from LinkedIn, Microsoft Learn, Google Cloud Skills Boost, and Credly.
Yeah.
And honestly, his approach to his credentials is fascinating.
Yeah, it really is.
It seems to be blending traditional achievements with some AI-generated twists
Right.
that really make you think about how we present ourselves professionally these days.
It does, yeah. It's very interesting.
Okay, so let's start with LinkedIn.
Okay.
Right now, he's a project engineer specializing in battery testing at APL GmbH, but he's got almost a decade of experience.
Wow.
CFD simulation engineer, project engineer for engine applications. He's done it all.
So you're saying it's not like a straight line from point A to point B?
Right.
He's got this diverse background.
Yeah.
That kind of background in engineering could be really valuable in a field like battery technology, I think.
Yeah.
It often requires you to think outside the box
Yeah.
and adapt to new challenges quickly.
It's like he's got this whole toolkit of engineering skills that he can draw from.
Right, exactly.
And speaking of toolkits, you mentioned some AI-generated credentials.
Oh, yeah.
He actually claims to be in the top 1% of engineers in Germany,
Really?
specializing in AI and cloud computing based on a certification.
Well, that's where things get interesting, right?
So are those even legit? I mean, can AI really judge someone's expertise?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely blurs the lines.
Yeah.
He acknowledged this on his LinkedIn profile, saying his licenses and certifications section isn't entirely serious, but more of a showcase of what AI can do.
So it's almost like he's making a statement about, how we view expertise in the digital age.
I think so.
And it's working because we're talking about it right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He sparked a conversation, about the evolving nature of credentials and the role of AI in assessing skills.
And it doesn't stop there. He's even got AI-generated certifications that compare his abilities to MIT and Stanford graduates, as well as consultants from McKinsey and BCG.
Okay.
He's got one that claims he's in the top 5% in terms of intelligence.
Oh, wow.
Compared to MIT and Stanford engineering graduates.
It's certainly eye-catching.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder about the methodology, though.
Right. Like, can you really quantify intelligence like that?
Yeah, it's a complex issue.
Yeah.
There's no easy answers.
Totally.
But again, it goes back to his intention, right?
Yeah.
He's using these unconventional credentials to provoke discussion and challenge our assumptions about expertise.
He's definitely not afraid to think outside the box.
Definitely not.
And speaking of outside the box, he lists post-conventional as a skill on his LinkedIn profile.
That one threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
It's unclear what he means by that.
Right.
He could be referring to post-conventional thinking as it's understood in psychological development models, or perhaps something else entirely. It's like a little mystery hidden in his profile.
Exactly.
So he's got this unconventional side, but he's also got the traditional credentials. He was invited to be a part of LinkedIn's Community Top Voices program.
Which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
That program recognizes individuals who consistently provide valuable insights and foster a positive community environment.
Yeah.
He clearly knows how to engage with a professional audience.
He's also got a ton of certifications from both Microsoft and Google, showing his expertise in Azure and Google Cloud technologies.
He's clearly committed to continuous learning, which is essential in the tech world.
Yeah.
These certifications validate his technical skills and show potential employers that he's serious about staying ahead of the curve.
He's got certifications for everything from Azure fundamentals and Linux administration to data analytics, machine learning, and even generative AI.
It's a really well-rounded skill set.
Yeah.
He's not limiting himself to one specific area, but is building expertise across various domains.
That kind of adaptability is incredibly valuable in today's job market.
It's like he's anticipating the future of tech and equipping himself with the skills to thrive in it.
Exactly.
Now let's dive into his work experience. He spent over 4 years at APL GmbH as a CFD simulation engineer.
So CFD simulation is a complex field, It involves using computer software to model fluid flow.
And his work there involved a lot of activity in the field of battery simulation.
Oh, okay.
And that early experience with battery technology likely laid the groundwork for his current role as a project engineer focusing on battery testing.
Absolutely. It seems like his career trajectory has naturally led him to this point.
He even mentions receiving a performance-based salary increase in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Because His simulations align perfectly with real-world measurements.
That speaks volumes about his technical abilities and attention to detail, I think.
Yeah.
It's one thing to run simulations, but having them accurately reflect real-world outcomes is a testament to his skills.
He's not just running simulations. He's making sure they're grounded in reality.
Yeah.
And speaking of reality, he was also involved in building APL GmbH's battery test center.
Which is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Being part of something from the ground up, especially in a field as important as battery technology, is really impressive.
And it highlights his commitment to this field.
Right.
He's not just testing batteries. He's helping to build the infrastructure that will drive the electric vehicle revolution.
It's a really exciting time to be in the battery technology space.
Yeah.
And with his diverse background and his dedication to continuous learning, Michael seems perfectly positioned to make a significant impact.
Okay, so we've talked about his unconventional approach to credentials, the traditional certifications, and his work experience.
Yeah.
Let's move on to his master's degree from KIT, which stands for Karlsruhe Institute of Technology.
Okay.
It's known for its strong engineering programs. And his master's thesis is particularly interesting. It involved using a new simulation method for digital twins.
Okay, before we go any further, can you explain what digital twins are?
Yeah.
For those of us who aren't engineers.
Of course.
Okay.
Imagine a virtual replica of a physical object or system, like a battery.
Okay.
That's a digital twin.
Okay.
You can use it to run simulations and test different scenarios without affecting the actual physical object.
So it's like a virtual test lab.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Michael used this technology to improve the predictability of mixing different gases in exhaust gas after treatment, which, while not directly related to batteries, still shows his ability to apply advanced simulation techniques to solve complex problems.
Yeah.
It's like he's always thinking a few steps ahead.
He's definitely not afraid to tackle challenging projects.
Yeah.
And his research experience at both KIT and the Fraunhofer ICT further honed his analytical and problem-solving skills.
He also had an internship at FE Design GmbH, where he used AI-like design optimizations for slow-conducting components.
So it seems like his interest in AI goes way back.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a sudden shift.
Yeah.
His experience and interests have consistently led him toward AI.
Okay.
It's like he's been building this foundation for years, and now he's ready to take it to the next level.
And that's where his engagement with online learning platforms comes in.
Right.
Let's talk about his Microsoft Learn profile.
Okay.
He's reached level 11.
Level 11, 104 badges, 17 trophies. This guy's a learning machine.
That's not easy to do.
Yeah, he's clearly committed to staying ahead of the curve in the cloud computing world.
And his Microsoft Learn profile shows he's not just passively consuming content.
Right.
He's actively participating in challenges, earning badges, and demonstrating his mastery of various Azure technologies.
He's got badges for everything from Azure Fundamentals to data analytics and AI.
He even has badges for completing modules on optimizing and extending Copilot for Microsoft 365 and scaling AI in your organization.
So he's not just learning about these technologies.
Right.
He's thinking about how to apply them in practical ways to improve businesses.
Exactly.
And this connects back to his desire to create positive socioeconomic change, which he mentions in several of his roles.
Okay.
He sees technology as a tool for making a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely.
And his focus on responsible AI principles, as evidenced by some of his completed modules, suggests he's approaching this with a thoughtful and ethical mindset.
Yeah, he's not just interested in the technical aspects.
Right.
He's considering the broader implications of AI on society.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about his Google Cloud Skills Boost profile.
Okay.
He's reached Diamond League status.
That puts him among the top performers on the platform.
Yeah, that's a serious accomplishment, especially considering how many users there are on Google Cloud Skills Boost.
Right.
He's clearly dedicated to mastering Google Cloud's offerings.
And just like with his Microsoft Learn profile, he's got a diverse range of badges.
From data management and storage in the cloud to developing a Google SRE culture and preparing for the professional cloud network engineer journey.
It's like he's building this comprehensive understanding of the Google Cloud ecosystem.
And he's got the Data Analytics Certificate Course 2 under his belt.
Oh, wow.
Further solidifying his expertise in data management and analysis within the Google Cloud environment.
He's not just dabbling in these technologies. He's diving deep and gaining practical skills that are highly sought after in today's data-driven world.
Okay, last but not least, we have his Credly profile.
Okay.
It's a bit leaner than the others, but it still showcases his commitment to cloud computing and AI.
You see badges for skills in Google Cloud, including implement load balancing on Compute Engine.
Okay.
And set up an app dev environment on Google Cloud.
And he's also got a badge for prompt design in Vertex AI.
Oh, interesting.
Which shows he's thinking about how to effectively utilize AI models.
That skill is becoming more and more important as AI plays a larger role in various industries.
Right.
Knowing how to craft effective prompts to get the desired outcomes from AI models is a valuable asset.
So if we take a step back and look at all of these profiles together, what kind of picture do we get of Michael Lorenz?
I think it's safe to say that he's a highly motivated, tech-savvy individual with a strong foundation in engineering and a rapidly growing expertise in AI and cloud computing.
He's not afraid to experiment. He's constantly learning.
Right.
And he's got his sights set on making a positive impact on the world.
He's definitely someone to watch.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
Yeah, definitely.
We've seen Michael's unconventional approach to credentials, his traditional achievements, and his diverse work experience.
Absolutely.
But what does this all mean? We'll unpack that and more in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Into the digital life of Michael Lorenz.
I can't wait. So, welcome back. It's great to be continuing this deep dive into Michael Lorenz's digital life.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this one.
Me too. He's a fascinating guy.
He really is. It's like he's created this multi-layered persona that blends, traditional achievements with a touch of digital artistry.
Yeah, it's as though he's using his online presence as a canvas to express, not just his skills, but also like his personality and his vision for the future.
And what's striking is that he seems to be doing it quite consciously. It's not just about like listing achievements.
Right.
It feels like he's crafting a narrative.
You're spot on.
Like, remember how we discussed his diverse work history? He didn't just jump from one field to another haphazardly.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like he's been carefully curating his experiences.
I think so.
From CFD simulation to engine applications, and now battery testing. There's a thread of embracing emerging technologies and their practical application.
Exactly.
And this ties in beautifully with his keen interest in AI and cloud computing, which he's been actively pursuing through those online learning platforms.
It's as if he's laying the groundwork for something bigger, don't you think?
I do. I think he's not just passively learning.
Right.
He's actively building a skill set for a future where those technologies will be paramount.
Absolutely. It's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
Especially considering the rapid advancements in those fields.
Right.
He's making himself adaptable and future-proof.
And remember that post-conventional skill he listed on his LinkedIn profile.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a subtle hint at his forward-thinking approach, wouldn't you say?
It certainly adds a layer of intrigue to his profile. It makes you wonder if he is, consciously pushing against traditional boundaries.
Yeah.
Even in the way he defines his skills.
He's playing with the very notion of what it means to be skilled in the digital age.
Now, speaking of digital, let's delve deeper into his Google Cloud Skills Boost achievements. Reaching Diamond League status is no small feat.
Right. It shows a serious dedication to mastering that platform.
And the badges he's earned paint a picture of someone who's going beyond the basics.
Remember the Data Analytics Certificate Course 2?
Yes.
That, coupled with his other Google Cloud achievements, suggests a strong command of data management and analysis.
Absolutely. In a world increasingly reliant on data,
right,
that's an invaluable skill set.
It's not just about, crunching numbers.
Right.
It's about extracting meaningful insights from data, which can drive better decisions in any field.
Exactly.
And it ties back to his current role in battery testing.
Yeah.
Analyzing data from those tests is crucial for optimizing battery performance and safety.
Precisely. He's not just testing batteries.
Right.
He's gathering valuable data that can contribute to the development of better, more efficient batteries for electric vehicles.
It's like a puzzle coming together.
Yeah.
You've got his engineering background, his passion for AI and cloud computing, his data analysis skills, and his current focus on battery testing.
Yeah.
It all seems to be converging toward a greater purpose.
It's fascinating to see how all these seemingly disparate pieces of his digital footprint, connect to form a coherent picture of someone who's both technically skilled and strategically minded.
It's as if he's not just building a career, but like architecting a future where he can use his skills to make a real difference.
And this brings us back to that element of social impact he emphasizes in his profile.
Right.
It's not just about personal gain, but about contributing to a larger good.
And he's chosen a field where he can do just that.
Yeah.
Battery technology is at the heart of the transition to a more sustainable future,
Right.
with electric vehicles playing a pivotal role.
He's chosen to be at the forefront of a technological revolution that has the potential to reshape our world.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about his technical skills and professional aspiration, but his digital footprint also reveals a lot about his personality and interests.
Whoa!
Remember his LinkedIn interests?
Oh, yeah.
He follows groups focused on electric vehicles, AI, technology investments.
Wow.
And even a group called Brain Expansion Group.
Brain Expansion Group, huh?
It's awesome.
That's great.
It speaks to this desire to constantly push his own boundaries.
Yeah.
Not just professionally, but intellectually and personally.
He's clearly not someone who's content with the status quo.
Right.
He's actively seeking out knowledge and connections in areas that are pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And his newsletter subscriptions further support that idea.
Okay.
He's subscribed to newsletters about AI in the workplace, the automotive industry, disruptive innovation, and even emotional intelligence.
That last one is particularly interesting.
Yeah, it suggests he's interested in more than just the technical aspects of his work. He's thinking about leadership, human interaction, and personal growth.
He's not just building a technical skill set. He's developing a well-rounded perspective that encompasses both the technical and the human aspects of progress.
And this brings us to another fascinating aspect of his profile, his engagement with online learning platforms.
Right.
We've already touched upon his achievements on Microsoft Learn and Google Cloud Skills Boost.
Yeah, he's clearly a lifelong learner,
Yeah.
constantly seeking out new knowledge and challenges.
But what's remarkable is that he's not just passively consuming information.
Yeah, absolutely right.
He's actively participating in those communities, earning badges, tackling challenges, and even completing modules on responsible AI principles.
It shows a real dedication to not just learning, but also applying that knowledge ethically and responsibly.
And this responsible approach aligns perfectly with his stated interest in creating positive socioeconomic change.
Absolutely. It suggests a holistic understanding of technology's potential impact.
He's not just chasing the latest trends. He's thinking critically about how technology can be used to shape a better future for everyone.
And this brings us back to his unconventional use of AI-generated credentials.
Right.
It's almost as if he's challenging the traditional ways of showcasing expertise, suggesting that perhaps in the future our digital footprints will be as important as our resumes.
He's pushing us to think differently about how we present ourselves professionally.
Right.
And how we assess expertise in a world where technology is constantly evolving.
He's not just building a career.
Right.
He's building a narrative.
Yeah.
A story of someone who's embracing the future with open arms, armed with a diverse skill set, a passion for innovation, and a commitment to making a positive impact.
His digital footprint is a testament to the power of personal initiative, continuous learning, and a belief in the potential of technology to shape a better world.
And as we delve deeper into his activities and accomplishments, I'm sure we'll uncover even more fascinating insights into this remarkable individual.
So, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating journey.
It really has, exploring Michael Lorenz's digital life.
I know, he's a really impressive guy.
You know, when we first started talking about his AI-generated credentials, I was a little skeptical, I'll admit.
Oh, yeah.
But now I kind of see it as this clever commentary on the future of expertise, you know?
Yeah, he's anticipating the future of credentials, right. Like, he's saying AI is going to be a part of it.
Right, and he's not just talking about it. He's actually experimenting with it, using his own profile as a testing ground.
That's right, and it's gotten people talking.
It really has.
Which is what a thought leader should do, right?
Yeah, he's not afraid to push boundaries and challenge the status quo.
Exactly.
So we've talked about his credentials, his work experience, his skills. But what about the man behind the data? What insights can we glean about Michael Lorenz as a person?
Well, his LinkedIn activity suggests someone who's intellectually curious, constantly seeking new knowledge.
Oh, yeah. Remember those LinkedIn groups?
Brain Expansion Group.
It's just awesome. It speaks to this desire to constantly push his own boundaries, not just professionally, but intellectually and personally.
And that's what makes him so interesting.
Yeah, he's not just building a career.
Yeah.
He's cultivating a rich inner life. And that multifaceted approach likely translates to his work as well.
I would agree with that.
We've talked a lot about his technical expertise, but his profile also highlights some of his softer skills.
Oh, right, like his communication skills.
Right, his ability to communicate and collaborate. Remember that LinkedIn invited him to be part of their Community Top Voices program.
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
It does. It's a testament to his ability to engage with a professional audience and contribute meaningful insights.
And it ties in with his interest in emotional intelligence as well,
Right. He's not just thinking about algorithms and data. He's considering the human element in all of this.
And that's important, especially in a world that's becoming increasingly dominated by technology.
Absolutely. He seems to understand that human skills like empathy, communication, and collaboration will become even more valuable.
I think so.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are your final thoughts? What can our listener take away from all of this?
Well, I think Michael's digital footprint really highlights that it's more than just a collection of data points,
Right.
It's a reflection of who you are, what you value, and what you aspire to become.
He's shown us that you can use your digital presence to showcase your skills.
Yeah.
But also to tell your story, to express your personality, and to connect with others who share your passions.
He's used it to highlight his commitment to continuous learning,
Right.
his desire to make a positive impact on the world, and his willingness to embrace the future.
Even when it means challenging conventions.
Exactly, and I think that's inspiring.
It is.
It shows that we all have the power to shape our own narratives in the digital age.
Absolutely. Your digital footprint is a work in progress.
Right.
Constantly evolving as you learn and grow.
It's never finished.
Yeah. It's a canvas where you can paint your own unique story for the world to see.
And that's exciting.
It is. So to our listener, as you continue your own journey, remember the lessons we've learned from Michael Lorenz.
Be bold, be curious, be authentic, and never stop learning.
Maybe someday we'll be deep diving into your digital life.
I can't wait.